I'd say like 80% of the time when you go out, like people don't choose to work in customer service because they love it. Like there's a handful of people that are committed and love hospitality, and more power to them. You know, if that's your passion in life, you go for that, man. For everyone else, it's something you end up kind of falling into, and it's hard. It's hard to be good at it and make it work and not let it completely burn you out. I mean, it happens even to passionate people that in the industry. It happens to everyone. It's one of those jobs that is relentless. You know, you don't get any rewards. You don't get like respect, particularly. You know, it's just the expectation that you have to run around like crazy and make everything work and just be constantly and physically and emotionally exhausted. Like that's the expectation. And if you can't deal with it, guess what? We're just going to replace you with someone else. It is a thankless job. And I don't think people really, really understand that maybe as much as they should. How does it feel when customers treat you like you're invisible or beneath them? It feels belittling. A lot of the time you just let it go. You know, you just laugh it off. You know, sometimes if I hear something really, really rude, I might tell a colleague and we'll laugh about it. A lot of the time it makes you feel really low. It makes you feel bad about yourself. There's been times when I felt, you know, pretty frustrated at life in general because, you know, maybe I'm not making the progress I want to in life and I'm not where I want to be in life. And you know, I'm stuck doing this job I don't like anyway. And then this person is reinforcing that feeling unknowingly, but they're just ignorant or rude. And I just won't take it off anyone, to be honest. I remember there was a hotel job I was working at recently. And I was already having a bad day. We were setting something up and the manager just couldn't give me a one-word answer or a clear plan that I needed, basically. And I got frustrated. So I was already in a bad mood. And this organizer had come early. Like normally, if they come early for an event, they'll maybe drop some things off the previous night, maybe set up a few things, have a little look, and then leave. These people decided to do all of that, plus also have their AV people trying to set up the room while we're trying to set it up, which means we can't fully set it up because they're in the way. And we also had to serve all of them food outside of the room and then pat that down and reset it again for the next day. And it was only like 30 or 40 odd people, but it was still, you know, something we had to do in addition to everything else we were doing. And this woman comes in and I'm moving stuff that she's asked me to move. And look, I make a mistake, like the boxes are in the wrong place, right? But it's easily fixable. It would take me like a minute. I just take them out of the room, take them to where she wants them. She starts getting rude and shirty, as my mum would say, with me. So I just turn around to her and I matched her energy. And I was not rude, but I was very cold and just kind of explained things very matter of fact to her. And she backed down something awful after that. Like suddenly it's polite and respectful and, oh, okay, I'm dealing with another human being. And after that we got everything sorted and it wasn't an issue. But what I was trying to say without saying it was, I won't allow you to do that. You might think that you can do this to, I don't know, the people you work with and other people, but that's not going to fly with me. Too many times I've seen over the years managers turn around to their staff in customer service and say, you just have to take this abuse. You just have to take this stuff sometimes. It's part of the job. And I'll agree to a certain extent it is, but there is a fine line between, you know, someone being a bit irritable or a little bit rude versus like just abuse, you know. I think everyone should draw the line on that, but it is tricky. Everyone has a different perception on that. Like I had an instance recently where that something like that happened, and I felt like maybe the person I was working with maybe could have approached it a bit differently, but then, you know, I wasn't completely privy to the full conversation, and I don't know how it made them feel. I don't know exact wording that was used, and that is a big part of it. You know, how something makes you feel. There's a lot to it, you know. But It's interesting, yeah, beneath them and invisible. Invisible is a big one. There's been times when I've said good morning to people and they just walk past you, or there's like people from like other countries who, I guess customer service is different in their country, and they see service workers as being like scum of the earth, and like kind of like Victorian, like never to be seen or heard from kind of vibes. And it's like, look, this is a job that I'm doing, but you don't get to treat me that way. Like, I don't care who you are, where you're from. You don't get to disrespect me like that. I just won't allow it. Simply won't allow it. Again, I don't think anyone should. I think it's one of those like things that no one should have to deal with.